Hi, my name is Selene Kepila and I am with Ensele. It is my pleasure to be talking with you today, and I want to let you know that this is a very, very important message. So if you can, please listen to it in its entirety. First and foremost, I know a lot of people are starting to hear about their loved ones getting heart attacks and cancers, and this is not something that is of a surprise to me. And the reason being is when COVID was happening, we were obviously helping a lot of people during this time. And when the vaccination started to be offered, we were doing scans on the same people and working on the same people. But when a lot of our clients were coming in after they have been vaccinated, not only were they feeling symptomatic, losing hair, losing sometimes vision, sometimes having pain, sometimes voices in their heads. So these were things that they were experiencing post-vaccination. And so when we would run the scan on them, and had done it before, when they didn't have issues as for cancer, etc., everybody that I had ran in our client office had cancer. Cancer was showing up on entire families, young babies, kids, adults, everything, whereas before the vaccination, I wasn't seeing any abnormal cell growth. So this was a direct link, a direct tie-in to something that was going on. And for me, I really felt compelled to get this information out to as many people as possible. We, of course, and there's no judgment, absolutely no judgment whatsoever, but the fact is if we're seeing something that is not helping people, but it's something that's hurting people more, then we need to stop it. And I wanted to be that voice for anybody who hadn't received it yet, or if you have, again, no judgment, but don't do any more. And we don't want people to get worse. And we have seen people, as they get more and more vaccinations, more boosters, they are getting worse, unfortunately. And now, in the beginning, back then, when the vaccinations first started, I was starting to see, like I said, about 1 in every 3 persons starting to show cancer. And now in my office, it's almost everybody. So I feel that a lot of times we're walking around not even being aware of what's going on in our own body. And we have a way here at Ensele to test and to scan and detect the root causes of what's going on in a person's body without any invasive, harmful radiation. And this is a very advanced technology that's been around for over 45 years. And we feel very blessed to be able to offer this and have this and make this available to people. Even I work on myself because we are living in a very toxic world, and we are getting bombarded from toxicity from our water, from our food, from the sky, what they spray in the sky, from our environment, from EMFs, from 5G. I mean, the list goes on, right? Even our clothes have toxicity. What is the number one thing that they're making clothes out of is polyester. If you know how badly polyester is typically recycled oil products, plastics, our skin is our biggest organ. So what we're doing, we're vibrating at this beautiful level. And when we put on clothes that are not of true fabrics like cotton, linen, wool, those kinds of things, then it is actually those toxins, like polyester is a good one as an example. People are allergic to it and they don't even realize that they're allergic to it. But that's just one example how our scan can let us know why a person feels that they don't have any energy, or being diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, or things like that. We can see the root causes, and a lot of the root causes boil down to toxicity. Pathogens are like viruses, bacteria, parasites, fungus, heavy metals. These are types of examples. And we all have parasites. We all have toxicity in our body. But actually, it's not enough anymore, guys, to wake up, brush your teeth, and take a shower. Even myself, I work with clients all day long, and I haven't been vaccinated, but I also am filled with toxins all the time. And I have to constantly detox myself. We can do that through our bath water. You know, try to take detoxing baths, take detoxing foot baths. But what's more is we really need to use frequency to detox us, because it is an ongoing issue. So every day we should do things to detox us, because what happens is when we have so much of a toxic load, then our immune system starts to wear away. And then that's when our vibration lowers, and that's when we get disease and illness. And we don't want that, right? So we want to keep our vibration high. We want to keep our energy high. And so how do we do that? Is through detoxing. And detoxing is usually the first step. When we see somebody has something, we can see what is going on. Is it bacteria? Is it viruses? Is it parasites? And we can detox a person safely without harming them, killing those things off without medication, without surgery, without any harmful invasive procedure. We can do this in person, and we can also do this remotely. And you may wonder, what is this talk of remote healing, remote therapy? How can you detox me remotely? I don't understand. So the best way is to explain that we're all energy. Everything is energy. This plant is energy. This light is energy. These clothes are energy. You know, I'm energy. So everything, even the floor, is energy. But everything vibrates differently. For example, water would vibrate faster than a piece of wood. So understanding energy is something that I feel that I've been doing all my life. So I have to say that I feel like I'm a pretty good one to call an expert in this realm, in this field. And when we look at our health, energy is correlated with our health. So if we have mental issues of worry, fear, anger, unforgiveness, shame, guilt, these are lower frequencies. And when the brain and the mind is in a lower frequency, it's telling our cells to be in that lower frequency as well. So what the mind brings, the body becomes, right? So we want to make sure we are well mentally. And that is the one thing that I wanted to share with you, is that what we think about, we bring about. So we have to be extra, extra, extra careful these days. Very important to watch what you're thinking and disregard anything negative. Watch what you're speaking. Disregard anything negative that you're speaking about. Do not talk about what you don't want. Do not talk about what you don't like. Talk about what you love. Talk about what you want. If you have to tell someone something, just say, you know, I want more peace and calm in our work environment. Don't talk about how Bobby and Joe are talking gossip at the work office, right? So talk about more what you want, and more of that will become. Plus, it keeps your mental state high and vibrating high, and that communicates to your body to vibrate high. You'll feel better, right? So the other thing is our bodies. So anytime, when a lot of times it's emotional that gets into our body, and we're not dealing with things emotionally, and it later shows up in our bodies communicate to us with a pain, or with bloating, or with something, a rash. And that's our bodies talking to us and saying, hey, there's something going on here. So we can actually, regardless of your condition, your age, where you are located in the world, we were absolutely able to do and prove this during COVID, which was the perfect test bed for this situation. Remote therapy, frequency healing has been conducted and carried on for centuries. They did this even in the pyramids. It's all about frequencies. In the pyramids, it's healing through frequency, and frequency doesn't know time or space. So we do this through the quantum. You might wonder, like, this is still, I'm not getting it. Well, let me break it down. When we have a thought, a positive thought, a lot of times that person will feel it. If we have something's bothering us about a person, the other person will feel it. You often notice where you're thinking about someone and thinking, oh, I need to call them. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, I was about to call you. Yeah, I was feeling you, right? Or you're driving along in the car and you look at the person next to you and they're staring at you, you know? You can feel a person's energy, right? So when we are doing remote therapy, we can do this through your voice print, your photo, your DNA being like nail clippings, blood, hair, saliva, but it really doesn't matter what you send us. We can work on you. And this is what we did during COVID. A lot of people contacted us from all around the world because they were desperate They were desperate for help. They didn't care who and how to help them. They just wanted help. And they got word of mouth that we were helping people. We were helping people get out of ICU. We were helping people recover within 1 to 3 days. It was amazing, and the word got around. I mean, we had calls from Nigeria. We had calls from everywhere around the world. I mean, it was amazing that people were calling, and we were working on hundreds of thousands of people during COVID, and it was perfect because we were offering this for free as a way to help humanity. We were doing this. We were running people on detox, immune boost, and we were basically inverting and debugging, the virus. So what do I mean by that? So when people had the COVID virus, it would show in their body, their blood, and we would invert that virus so it would cancel itself out. And this was actually done by Dr. Royal Rife in the 1940s, and he was successfully documenting cases where he cured AIDS and cancer. Now, I don't say that we cure anything. We don't do the curing. My expression to you is that we will help put your brain and body in the right environment so your body and brain can heal itself. So you're actually doing the healing. And it's important that you kind of get out of your own way. I mean, it doesn't need you to believe it in order for it to work, but I have to tell you, it only helps when you can have a positive attitude and open mind. And trust me, when people have been told they have days to live, which many people come to us after having tried everything, medications, surgeries are just band-aids. They don't get to the root cause. And one of the things that we definitely do when we can do a scan on somebody is get to the root cause and see what's going on. And that is what we were doing during COVID. And we could see who was being hurt, and we were working on them. And if you happen to have the vaccination, don't get any more. If you happen to don't get even the flu shot. The best thing you can do is boost your immune system. Get sun, 15 minutes a day. Ground yourself. Walk on earth. They actually have shoes that don't get the benefits of the vibration of the earth. Take your shoes off. Walk on the beach. Walk in the grass. Walk on the ground. 15 minutes a day. These are easy things. Get sleep. Eat good food. Don't eat packaged food. Get an app on your phone called Yuka. Scan everything you put on your body or in your body, including makeup, hair products, shaving products, everything, perfumes. It will show you the toxins that you're putting on and in yourself. This is continuing to bring more and more of that toxic load onto your immune system. You have to detox yourself. And the one thing that you can help yourself by doing is actually taking a more of a proactive approach to make sure you're not using scented dryer sheets and you're not using the products that are organic. This is such an unbelievable discovery where there's these free apps that can show you the additives that are in your products. I was even eating a non-organic pickle. I didn't care. I was like, what is in a pickle? Some vinegar, some salt, some water, some garlic, some dill. But no, I did a scan with the Yuka app and it showed me that the additives in this pickle were causing memory loss and cancer. I'm not joking. It was unbelievable. So if you don't believe me, definitely take the time to scan the things that you think that you're doing that's healthy and recheck everything and start to lead a life where you can start to detox yourself. But what I really encourage for you to know, if you have any worries, if you want for us to help scan you, we can do that. And you can reach out to us through our website, through our phone number, through email, whatever. We're here to help you regardless of where you are, regardless of your condition. We help people all the time. We just had an amazing story of this little baby who was in the mom's utero, and the mom did get vaccinated. She didn't know any better. Hey, we do what we think is right? But when we learn otherwise, it's really important to share this information. And that's why I tried to write a book, and I had so much to tell. It became 5 books, and I tried to publish those books on Amazon, and Amazon immediately terminated me for life. They wrote me a letter and they wouldn't tell me why. They just would not even allow me to have my books published there. So I republished them on Ingram Spark. You can purchase my books there. Or what I also did is, because Audible is owned by Amazon, they wouldn't let me have my books on Audible either. So I created my own app called Free Speech Audibles. And anybody who's listening to this, you can listen to my stories, my truths, and take it as you want. Do your own research and education, and everything I say you don't have to believe, but these are my truths that I wanted to give people the opportunity to learn from my own personal experience working with clients during those times. And also, these Free Speech Audibles allows you a platform if you also have something to say and you're getting pushback from places that are censoring what truths and experiences that we have. So back to the story about a recent testimonial. The mother was about to give birth to her baby, a baby girl, and they reached out to us because they had heard the awful news that when her baby was born, the baby would have to have open heart surgery. And this was so devastating for everybody. And so they wanted to know if we could do anything. And so I asked them if they could possibly get a picture of the baby in the utero. And I was just thinking, the flat black and white ultrasound, that would have worked, but they did above and beyond. They sent a 3D color photo of the baby in the mommy's belly, and we used the photo. That's all we had. Put it into our system. The system reads the energetic blueprint of the photo and can read. And so I was able to pull up the baby's heart and cardiovascular system on our technology and see all the areas where there was weakened heart and all that. And so we were able to send frequencies to the baby through the baby's DNA, through the photo, through the technology in the quantum. And I had no idea, honestly, what was going to take place. I had no expectations. I just thought on the computer, on the technology, it was showing improvements. So I just kept doing it for 3 weeks. And when the baby was born on April 16th of this year, the baby did not have to have open heart surgery, and the baby was in ICU for only 24 hours and was able to go home. And the baby is still doing fine today. So it's a very, very new concept to a lot of us that are used to feeling like, okay, I have to schedule an appointment with my doctor, go in and have a medication or surgery to resolve my issues. It doesn't matter what you're dealing with, mind, body, spirit, whatever. We can work with you or a loved one. And especially now is such a critical time, because now, like I said, I'm seeing everyone in my office show up with abnormal cell growth, which is another term for cancers. And again, we have protocols that are all natural that can help people. And I do talk a little bit about that in my Secrets to Healing book. And I also came out with another book about urine therapy. And I know that sounds crazy, but I was really searching for something during COVID that would help restore our DNA. And that was something that was very amazing, because we have a plentiful supply of our own urine. And, should you want to look at that route, it's a free therapy and it's very effective for a lot of people. So, and it's always available, right? Unbelievable supply. So these are, this is just, my way of being able to extend my voice, my truth out there. And who knows, I might try to post this video on social media and it might get blocked or terminated, and that's where I'll probably put this video on Free Speech Audibles, because I created that app, and obviously this is important for anybody who is ready for this information. Reach out, ask questions, whatever, do your own research. We're there to help you, and we want to help you, and we need to all be helping humanity. And the very things that you can do is stay positive, stay out of the negative, do things for people, even if it's just holding a door or not cussing someone out if they're on the highway. Try to think everything in the good and the light for people. Have grace, have patience, have love, send light, be good to one another. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to everything I have to say. Take care.